Hi guys, happy Asian South Pacific Islander month. If you guys don't know this, I am Lila with 50 is the new effort, and I am half Asian. My mom had many stories, and so I don't know everything that's 100% true. And unfortunately, she passed away in 2007. But she was an amazing, hardworking woman. So this is my beautiful, beautiful mother. And as you can see, she had gorgeous skin, and a lot of my skincare comes from her actually, and just watching her over the years. She never really went over any kind of routine or anything with me, but just watching her take care of herself was enough for me. Here we are in Korea actually when I'm 10 years old, and that was quite an experience. My sisters and I got to go to Korea when we were 10 and visited the town she grew up in and her family there. So I was born in 1970, and multiculturalism wasn't accepted as it is now. So we did not learn Korean at home. Although we were brought up with many of the Korean traditions, she only spoke English to us. A lot of people don't realize the sacrifices immigrants make. They leave their family behind, their parents. All their support system, they leave in order to search for something better for themselves and for their families. My mom ended up marrying my dad, and he is Dutch Finnish. So I'm actually half Dutch Finnish and then half Asian Korean. So, but life wasn't always easy back then for my mother. My mom had to learn a third language, because she spoke Korean and Japanese, and she needed to learn a third language. She needed to learn how to write and function, and she did. She eventually became an American citizen, and she was so proud of that. All she ever wanted was for us to be accepted and succeed in the world. She came here because she wanted a better life for herself and for her children that she would eventually have. But because I grew up Korean, I have so many fun and odd cultural experiences as well as traditions, and I love them. And I raise my children that way, even though they're just a quarter Korean. They know and do all my Korean traditions every year. And my son, who's 25, just the other day said he wouldn't have wanted to grow up any other way. So crazy Korean traditions and all. So for this month, it's a good time to learn about a different culture, teach your children about different cultures and ways of life, because growing up, it wasn't always easy. Even for me being half Asian, there was times that I experienced a lot of racism. Ooh, there's my my language problem. While raising my children, I always expose them to different cultures. It just gives them a different perspective, and it makes them patient and understanding of the way other people do things. When my children were 7 and 3 years old, we moved to Rarotonga in the Cook Islands, and that's more of a Polynesian heritage culture. And I wanted to expose them to all those traditions and the things that they found to be important, because it is good to appreciate other people. So anyways, happy Heritage Month, and I hope that you guys take advantage of all the wonderful things that are available. I live in Washington State, and we have different Asian heritage museums, and we have so many different cultural events. We have going on that I hope you guys experience some of those things.